All right, everybody. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are doing well. And since it's Thursday after a Seahawks game, you guys know what we're going to do. You guys know what it's all about. That's right. We got some more pass coverage Thursday videos to get through. And obviously, this week is not going to be great because Stafford kind of had his way with us. There were a lot of big plays, there were a lot of efficient passes. And there's a couple guys who come out of this looking pretty good, but overall, it was a rough game for the pass defense and the coverage in particular. Although, as we'll get to tomorrow, the pass rush certainly has something to do with that. But we're going to do our pass coverage Thursday first. So you guys know the drill by now. Basically, we just try to isolate who gave up what and who the problems might be. These numbers, by the way, have been reset, of course, for the postseason. So this is the Niners game combined with the Rams game. Okay, let's get to it. All right, everybody, before we go any further into the video, I want to take a minute to tell you guys about a wonderful app called Sleeper, a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat about sports in real time with other users. You can get all kinds of scores, sports news, and sports alerts with blazing fast speed. And of course, you can play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests. So enjoy sports with other people in a community. Download the Sleeper app today and remember to use the promo code SBN, that is SBN, for up to a $100 match on your first deposit. And they also have a free $20 entry right now, no deposit required, so pair those two up. Terms and conditions do apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states and growing. Check out the Sleeper app and have fun with sports this year. Okay, so starting with the linebackers, Ernest Jones, not a great day. He didn't get completely torched or anything like that, but it was 5 for 5 for 50 something yards. It was like 54 yards. So definitely not his best, but it's not really surprising that this Rams team would have a pretty good understanding of how to attack Jones in coverage. He's been exploited a few times this year. For the most part, he actually did a really good job, but there are some holes in his game, and they mostly come in coverage. And you can see it's a fair amount of air yards and a fair amount of yak, so they are getting him down the field a little bit. Still doing fine, still holding his own. He hasn't allowed a touchdown in coverage all season, which is great. And I do think that he has been much better than we could have expected in coverage. Tyrese Knight played a little bit at the end, but never got targeted. Drake Thomas, it was 2 targets, 2 completions, 22 yards, so not great, but also not enough volume to really get upset about. So overall, even though we did get beat up in this game in coverage a little bit, you can see it wasn't really because of the linebackers. The linebackers were okay. Moving on to the edge rushers, Nwosu got targeted once, incomplete pass. Derek Hall got beat on a 16-yarder by, I think it was Parkinson, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't know why Hall's in coverage on Parkinson down the field anyway, but it happens from time to time, I guess. So, not much to say there. It's one not very good-looking play, but it's not like our edge rushers get beat in coverage enough for me to be concerned about it, so just kind of shrug your shoulders, move on. The real problem in this game was the 3 cornerbacks, and this was definitely annoying because all 3 of them got abused in this game at different points. Witherspoon, in particular, had a tough game out there. It was, let me make sure I get these numbers right, 8 targets for 5 completions, and I think it was 136 yards. Hard to defend that, hard to stand up for that, just a bad game. Now, it happens, right? Sometimes you just get beat. Like, you can be playing a pretty decent game and they'll just have 1 or 2 things not go your way, and 130 yards, boom, right there. But it is rough. You are talking about one of the worst games of his career in terms of what he gave up in coverage. Now, I will say a couple of those catches he gave up were on plays where he fell down. And I think that's kind of more of a fluke than anything else. Like, that's just kind of a freak accident. So I'm not going to sit here and act like it was all just him getting completely routed up or anything like that, but he definitely got routed up once or twice in this game. So just kind of a tough one, mostly air yards too, by the way. QB rating allowed now at about 105 on the postseason as a whole. And of course, Rick Woolen, the numbers are not terrible other than the 2 touchdowns. He got targeted 6 times, 3 completions for about 60 yards. So that's not the end of the world. It's not really good either, and it's below his standard, but the 2 touchdowns are bad. 106.4 QB rating against is bad. And of course, the penalty. I mean, I know that everybody has their own takes on the penalty, whether or not it should have been called, but I mean, it still got called, and it was not his only penalty in that game. So it's just, I don't know. It's a frustrating thing. And of course, Josh Jobe, 4 targets, 3 completions, 72 yards. He got beat up as well. And I mean, you can't really single him out this week, right? Because everybody got beat up, but hey, it wasn't a good game for him either. All right, so that's the cornerbacks, not a pretty picture. And that's where most of the damage was done, honestly. If you look at the safeties, it was actually really good. Julian Love got targeted once in this game, no completions, so he has not given up a catch all postseason. So Julian Love, I know that there are some Seahawks fans that seem a little bit down on Julian Love right now because he's not an intimidator. He's not taking the ball away. He's not showing up in big, over the top, splashy ways. But honestly, I think he's playing good football. And I do believe that he has proven that he is an important part of this defense. And I definitely want him back next year. Kobe Bryant only allowed 1 catch the whole game, but it was the 9-yard touchdown. The thing is, he kind of gets picked out of the play by Puka. The Kyron Williams touchdown, like, what is Kobe going to do on that play? There's really not anything he's going to be able to do on that play. I know it was technically on him, but also it's kind of like, are you really going to say he did anything wrong on that play? I don't think you can. It was a pick play that didn't get called, and technically it goes to him, but I can't get upset at him for that. So Kobe was great. And Eman Wari, of course, player of the game, 2 completions on 5 targets for, what was it? Yeah, 8 yards. And again, it's mostly just yak that he's giving up when he does give it up. So after a regular season where he was kind of a coverage liability at times, he's been money these first 2 games. 27 yards allowed on 10 targets across 2 games against Brock Purdy and Matthew Stafford. I know the Niners don't really have receivers right now. They're beat up in the pass catching area, but Eman Wari, man. What else can you say? The guy's money. Okada did not get targeted. I think he played 2 snaps in this game, so there's nothing to say there. And I mean, that's it. So it really is just these 3 guys who took the brunt of the abuse this week, Witherspoon, Woolen, and Jobe. So hopefully they can get that out of their system and they can go play a great Super Bowl against much weaker receivers and I would say a weaker overall passing attack. Obviously, the Patriots' passing attack was actually great in the regular season. So far in the postseason, not so much, but overall, I think the Rams pose a bigger challenge for the Seahawks than the Patriots will. All right, so that's it. Linebackers did give up a little bit in this game, but overall, it's just really about these corners. And it is frustrating because this is supposed to be the strength of our team right now. But at the same time, sometimes McVay just gets you, and we were able to win the game anyway. And look, I've already talked about it multiple times, but Devin Witherspoon, he came up with the 2 big plays at the end when we needed it. So what are you gonna say? Sometimes you're just sometimes you come up big in the biggest moments after not doing so well the whole game, and it's cool. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks.